Okay, I know it's been a while since I've done a video. It's also the tail end of Father's Day, so it's brought up some thoughts for me, and there's some reasons why I've been offline for roughly the past week or so. Um, I guess what this video is going to be about is what Father's Day means to real men. There's a reason I say real men, because there are some people out there that they don't qualify for that term at all. Um, when I was growing up, it was a much different society than it is now. I mean, hell, me and somebody got into it, we could deck each other, and a few days later, we'll be best friends. Some of my best friends that I still talk to from school are people that I got into fights with. It's not like today's society where you're going to punch somebody and they're going to come back with a knife or a gun or whatever. Or, a couple of guys get into it and punch each other and they end up suspended from school or in jail or whatever it may be. The society we came from was not quite as violent, but I think it was more effective. And it taught morals and ethics a little bit better. So, what brings me to this? When I was growing up, my father taught me a number of things, and some of them stuck with me pretty well. One of them was, a real man never punches a woman or never hurts a woman. A real man protects his family, especially the females of his family. And a real man always settles the score. Sadly, of late, I'm running into people that don't qualify as real men. I went to work for somebody who I did as a favor. That was probably my mistake. I did as a favor before I really understood what this person was all about. My fault. I should have probably done my research, and if I had done so, I probably would have rejected the idea. But this is somebody who is estranged from their wife. If what I read is correct, because the son of a bitch got drunk, choked her out, and beat her with a frying pan before she finally managed to call the police and put the son of a bitch in jail, which he's obviously out. Now he's running an illegal business. Well, business itself shouldn't be illegal, but his procedures and his methods are. Using everything from identity theft to fraud to achieve what he wants. That's part of the big reason when I understood what was going on, why I left that job. He also abuses animals and doesn't understand it. He tries to manipulate people, tries to rip them out of every cent he can, and in a blatantly obvious way, and tries to use leverage over them. And doesn't seem to understand that people of my generation, we don't play that game. We're not the weak little pansy-ass pussies that you run into nowadays. So when it was all said and done, son of a bitch still had business with me. And had the gall to come to my home and scared and intimidated my daughter. He's lucky he's still breathing. I came that close to being in jail for homicide. I really did. He didn't understand that, because of course he's going to go around telling everybody that he got screwed, that we blew everything out of proportion. Some people are just too stupid for words. Anybody who watches Game of Thrones is going to understand this analogy, but this son of a bitch makes Hodor look like a genius. So it's Father's Day. Thankfully, this son of a bitch has never reproduced. That would have been a travesty. But it got me thinking. I was so riled up about this. We took a few days off. We took about 4 days off and went camping. Being away from social media, being away from technology, being away from everything has kind of cleared my head. And it's removed that red stain that was behind my eyes that made me look at everything with a little bit of anger. And all because of this son of a bitch. And because of the fact that I let him in the door of our circle, and he was like a cancer. And he was starting to infect the mood and the personality of several people around. Real men don't do that. We don't inflict misery upon others unless there's a reason for it. I don't know how better to say it. In a lot of ways, this is my final words about this asshole. I'm writing him off. I don't expect to see him much because he's a bully at heart. And when you have a bully at the end, bully will usually translate to coward. And it showed. He'll step up on a 14-year-old girl. He'll step up on somebody he thinks of as weak and somebody he can push around. But when confronted with somebody who's not going to take his shit, somebody who is more than willing to defend what is theirs, he puts his tail between his legs and he runs. He even tried to threaten calling the cops. And I turned around and I called them myself. And they came out and, well, they didn't say it outright, but they pretty much pointed out to me that I probably missed an opportunity. That I probably should have beaten him within an inch of his life, because as long as I didn't kill him, I probably wasn't going to jail anyway. I was just going to be referred to the state attorney's office. It's a good thing, though, because in the end, he ain't worth it. I can't think of anything he is worth. That's one person. How many more of them are there out there? I've heard that you can judge a society based on its criminals. Well, first off, the son of a bitch apparently has been to jail. I believe for fraud of some sort, as well as for the shit with his wife. But if this is the class of criminal we have, it makes our society look pretty fucking pitiful. Kind of depressing. It really is. So, this is just kind of a little rant video. It doesn't have a whole lot of purpose. Just kind of me getting my final word out to kind of purge it from my system, so that I can just open my book, put his name in it, put a line through it. If you understand that reference, well, more power to you. I may not be a John Wayne fan, but that's from a John Wayne movie. So, that's it. I'm wrapping up. Have a good one, guys.